So I've been playing Fortnite for a long time, meaning that I've seen the game at pretty much every stage. But today I'm here to talk about a season that started Fortnite's downfall. Yes, I have been playing the game for a long time. I believe that it is in a downward slope, and it's been in a downward slope for a while. There's been a couple, upward spikes, but overall I think that since this certain season, the game has just slowly decreased, and it all started here. Why did the game start to decline after this season? What did they do wrong, and what could they have done better? Before we get into the video, I just want to say make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Make sure to let me know in the comments if you like this kind of content, and just let me know your opinions. Anyways, enjoy the video. And the season I'm talking about is, of course, Chapter 2, Season 6. So, as a lot of people know, this season was really bad. Some people enjoyed it. There were some aspects of it that were really good, but there were a lot of aspects of it that were just really bad. We're gonna go over a few of those right now. So the first thing in this season that was really bad was the crafting system. The fact that you had to play, so they added makeshift weapons to the game, which were significantly weaker. They did less damage. They shot slower. They had smaller mags. They were just worse weapons in every way. And you were forced to use them in the early parts of the game because you had to farm mechanical or bone fragments in order to craft better weapons. While this is a cool idea, I think that they did not execute at all well on this. And I think that's kind of the theme for a lot of this season, because the theme is great. Like, I love the primal theme. A lot of ideas on paper look good to them, and they did not translate to the game. Much like the crafting system. It's a good idea on paper, and in fact, the very next season, Chapter 2, Season 7, they actually did it right. If they would have just done it like they did in Chapter 2, Season 7, then all would have been well. But unfortunately, they had to make a massive oopsie in the season that it actually was introduced. Which brings me to my next point, okay? This season was bad, and I think it started the decline of Fortnite. But the very next season was very good, and it kind of shot up again a little bit. But I think that it caused the downfall of the game because this is the first time, really, in the game that we saw a lot of annoying stuff. Like, think about every other season before this. There wasn't really an abundant amount of annoying things in each season. Like, there was a couple things that were annoying in some seasons, but like most of them didn't ruin the game. Well, mechs. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So there were definitely annoying things within the season, but I don't think they went as ham with it in earlier seasons as they did this season, and this kind of just started a trend because the next season, Chapter 2, Season 7, I love that season. If you watch my Chapter 2 video, I praised it so much. I love that season so much, but they put a lot of annoying stuff in the game, and this is when they continually did that, and that I think is what contributes to the downfall of Fortnite. The addition of annoying and stupid items and mechanics. So another thing really terrible about the season was the map. The map changes were garbage. I didn't really talk about that in my Chapter 2 video. This map was terrible. None of the new POIs were good. The spires sucked. I thought it was going to be really cool, and it wasn't. Bony Burbs was terrible. Colossal Crops was terrible, or whatever it was called back then. Bony Burbs actually was good the following season. Again, a lot of stuff they put in the game this season, they got correct the next season. They learned from their mistake this season, and they fixed it in the next season, which is weird. I don't know why. They couldn't just get it right the first time. So yeah, anyway, the map changes were terrible, except the little, little mini spire towers. Those were actually pretty cool. Yeah, these map changes were terrible. And I mean, I feel like before that, there definitely were some not great map decisions, like the flooding of Chapter 2 Season 3. I didn't love that. The whole map was covered in water. I didn't love the desert biome in Chapter 2 Season 5. So I mean, I can definitely see that wasn't the first time that a bad biome was added, bad POIs. But this was definitely probably the worst map change by far up until this point. One other bad thing, the bows. I don't think the bows were overpowered in any sense. I'm not going to sit here and say that. I just think they were annoying. I don't think that the stink bow or the flame bow should have existed at all. I think they should have just left it at the shockwave and the explosive bow because they were both balanced. They were both good for other reasons other than the fact that you just shoot people with them. But the stink bow and the flame bow made me want to commit a triple homicide in the game. So yeah, that's really where they went wrong. They just added a lot of annoying things this season, and I hated it. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. It was a bad season because they added a bunch of crap stuff. And while the ideas for a lot of it were really good, they just executed and played into the game just so badly. Sometimes they didn't even execute it bad. They executed it like it was supposed to go. It did not translate from a good idea to a good part of the game. So that's really where they went wrong. What could they have done better? I really don't know. This is what's tough about it. I give this season so much crap, but it's like, I don't know what else they could have done. I like the theme. I understand why they added the stuff they added. I think like I said, I think they could have kept the shockwave, I think they could have kept the stink bow and the flame bow out of the game. I just don't see a reason why those two bows needed to exist. I think they could have made the crafting system better. They could have started you off with the primal weapons, because the primal weapons weren't bad. Like the shotgun and the SMG or the AR, they were all pretty good. In fact, the shotgun was overpowered at first, but they eventually had to nerf it. They should have started off with those, and then you could side grade to like the actual pump, tac, regular AR, regular SMG. That would have been a lot better, but no, they had to put makeshift weapons into the game. Yeah, this season was just very annoying to play. I think they could have just made this a lot less annoying to play. Also, they could have made the mythics more memorable. I barely remember using the mythics from this season. I know there was a mythic explosive bow. There was a mythic primal shotgun, which was very overpowered. But after that, they had to nerf it because it was like way too good. And then nothing really happened to it after. I don't even remember any other mythics, to be honest. I remember the mythic boots. The mythic boots were actually cool if they weren't impossible to get, because you had to take an orb from one of the little islands and then you had to bring it to the center island and like put it in a little slot, and the boots would drop out to you. The boots were cool. You would jump like twice and then jump a third time, and then you'd fly and glide. So yeah, I mean, the boots were a cool idea. They just, again, poor execution. I just feel like this season really could have been good, and it wasn't. And I think that's what starts the downfall of Fortnite, because I think that almost every season after this one could have been good, but a lot of them just weren't. And I think this season kind of started the trend. Now again, I'm not saying that from this season it just dropped off a cliff and completely just downfalled. I definitely think that, I think the 3 seasons after this one were actually better and it went up a little bit. But I think after this season the game was never the same, because Epic Games got more comfortable with making the game unplayable for specific groups of players. I don't think that was ever a problem before this point in the game, but I think after this point of the game, that was a problem for everyone. And this is kind of arguable, because I think a lot of other seasons could be blamed for like the downfall of Fortnite. I think that other seasons, in fact, I might like this video if you want to see a part 2 to this video, because I got a couple seasons in my mind that I think could also be blamed for the downfall of Fortnite. So yeah, anyway, I don't want to make this too long of a video. I just want to kind of talk about this season a little bit and just kind of talk about why I think it contributed to the downfall of Fortnite. I just think that the game never felt the same after this season. Quite the same. Anyways, like this video if you want a part 2. I can think of a lot of seasons that kind of started the downfall of Fortnite, arguably. Again, this is just my opinion, by the way. Anyways, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. I appreciate all you guys just sticking around for all my videos. I love you all so much. Thank you all so much for all the support. You guys are amazing. Anyways, I love you. God bless you. And I will see you in the next one. Like, subscribe.